We just purchased 307 Elwood. We got it for under max bid, which is right around 40K. Beautiful looking little property, non-through street, great neighborhood, probably one of the best little neighborhoods we've purchased in a while. Talked to some neighbors already. One guy does some rehab actually. So we're gonna go inside and we'll take a look about it, talk about some of the things we see. Beautiful property. We're gonna make a ton of money off this bad boy. So let's go take a look and see what she's got to show us. All right, so back at it here. So we do have our box of tools over here. We got some tools that we're gonna need to kind of shore up the property after we head out, change locks, change the deadbolt, things like that. Also, just as we're walking up, we already knew this when we came here the first time, but if you take a look at the steps, the neighbor's steps have been repaired up real nice, but our steps are gonna need some work, which is, you know, pretty common. We're gonna head on up to the front door, see what else we see. Whoa. There, that's what those steps I was talking about. So one of the first things you see this window's all busted out, right? And this is pretty common when you go to auction trips and you're doing auction properties. And what this is another group of auction people coming through, breaking out the window and popping the lock so that they can get inside and take a look. And you can see that they damaged the lock as well, right here. I don't know if you can see that. Damaged the lock as well. And also you saw probably all that mail. So it's been a while since somebody's lived in this property. But let's talk about some of the other things. So somebody's done some finishing work on this house. Got an air conditioner slot plugged in there, which most of the time they're just going with window units. So this is a cutout. We'll have to find a right size to replace that. You'll see that we got a hole. So holes are bad, right? So this is a little unnerving here. You can see some boards. It's been really patched up, really janky like. If you get a little over here, you can see some old cast iron plumbing as well. That's all bad. That's all gonna have to go. And we'll have to get that fixed up. So, you know, decent ceiling fan, maybe clean it up, it'll be okay. Old metal counters, looking pretty rusty. But this is a rental, so we'll probably dress those up a little bit, see if they're okay, and maybe we'll stick with some of them, or maybe we'll just rip them out because it's not that expensive just to put in some new cabinets. My first big concern when we walked in the property was this door. So it's really interesting, something you see in Philadelphia. And it's kind of just one of those things. So we're still kind of up. There's a big garage underneath this. We're on a hill. So open the door, it sticks a little bit. And then you have, if you come here and take a look, you got a little walkway to your neighbor's kitchen. And it's one of those little things that they used to do in Philly where the houses would be connected by the kitchens one story up. So you could go over and visit your neighbors and whatnot. Ooh, that's... But if you look right here, you can see that is not level. And so that could be really crappy workmanship, or it could be something sinking. And went down to the basement, went upstairs to the third floor, and there is one corner of the house is sinking just a little bit. So we're gonna have to shore that up. That'll be, you know, that'll be one of the more expensive, that'll probably be the most expensive repair in this property. The basement looks pretty good. I mean, this is actually, you know, for a basement in Philadelphia, this is probably a B+. We come over here to the, you can see the water meter's been cut out. So it looks like they're probably bypassing the water meter. You got some PEX there. So they've already redone some of this plumbing. Obviously, we'll get the water meter reinstalled, get water turned legally back onto the house. You see a lot of that kind of theft with gas, electricity, and water here in Philly, which makes turning the electrics on really difficult. It also means you really need to do your homework if you buy a house outside of the auction. And in the auction, these properties, all that'll get cleared out. You know, we'll clear out $9,000, $10,000 worth of old water bills from theft, as opposed to if you buy that through a traditional, you're gonna have to pay all that. So I first walked up here too. This is another kind of big warning sign. Somebody brought in some big timbers. And you bring in big timbers into a building like this, it's only for one reason, you gotta shore something up. So we'll go back to the worry area again. And you can see pretty clearly, as soon as you enter this room, you can see this is the radiator sinking down a little bit. You can see the angle up here. We've already been in here, so we know it's gonna sustain my weight. You can see they kind of patched up some cracks too. So they've made it not visible, but this is definitely gonna be an issue we gotta get rectified. Biggest opportunity in the house. Too bad we didn't bring a marble or something. Roll it right down that hill. But then, but really, again, nice, good looking hardwood floors. As far as getting it rental ready, it's not going to be a huge expense. Just getting this corner fixed up so we should ensure the stability of our building.
Cool, guys. So Dory just walked through a property here. You can tell, I'm sure you guys learned a lot of information about rehab or what you're going to look for. As always, click here to subscribe. We got new updates coming out all the time, new videos. We're doing this monthly. You can always sign up for an auction trip as well. Corey, who's our IT master, marketing master, will have the link below. We'd love to meet you guys, come out to an auction trip. That's gonna wrap it up for us today. All right, thanks guys.
Later.